Nothing injury-wise, yeah. Yeah, we're good injury-wise. You guys can go ahead.
Can you talk about Dak? It looked like he struggled most of the game.
Yeah, wasn't his cleanest game, obviously. You know, he was hindered with some drops early. Don't know if that threw him off or not, but obviously he's played better in the past, and he'll get better from it. So,
Robert, it's one thing, you know, rookie decisions and that kind of thing you expect from Zach. It seems like he can't complete simple passes, you know, behind the line of scrimmage, some short screen passes that you tried. I mean, is that concerning?
no, he had a couple that got away. He also had a couple that were on the spot, and we didn't help him with just making plays. So it's obviously it's something he's got to improve on. I'm not going to hide from that, but it's not something we're concerned about. It's something that we got to keep working on.
Robert, with those short ones, I mean, shouldn't it not necessarily be, oh, he completes some, he doesn't complete some? I mean, shouldn't those be the ones that you're hitting at like a 90% clip?
Yeah, I mean, he had, I think, 3 of them underneath that were dropped on him today. So it's he had the one in the dirt to Griff, and he had the one on the bubble to Barrios with a 2. And it's obviously their quarterback also had it. Slippery ball. When it gets cold, it gets slick. But not to make an excuse for him, he's got to be better, obviously. But it's something that he'll be better at. I'm really not concerned about the long-term view of whether or not he can complete a short ball.
Robert, can you take us through the drive at the end of the first half, just not using the timeout there until 30 seconds left, and then how killer were those 2 penalties from Mims?
The penalties were killer. Obviously, we wanted to finish with the ball at half. Even with 30 seconds left, I think we still had 2 timeouts if I'm not mistaken. So it's still you got a chance to be aggressive in the middle of the field. Yeah, plenty of time in those situations, and so I felt like the usage of timeouts were on point. But yeah, the penalties throughout. Anytime we got something going, it'd be a drop pass or a penalty that just set us back, and obviously it's something that we got to get better at.
He came back, I think, for one play at the end after those penalties. Was that a punitive measure?
Yeah, I think I'll speak for him, and I'm sure he'll echo it. He's got to be better, just from a responsibility standpoint, and just the penalties there in the first half. It wasn't his cleanest, and something I'm sure he'll get better at. So
Denzel is somebody that you guys have talked a lot about, you know, getting him to a point where he capitalizes on his opportunities. So, I mean, what does it say that he finally gets a chance to start with all these guys down and he needs to get benched because of disciplinary? But
it wasn't disciplinary. He'll get another opportunity next week. You know, it's not like anyone's coming back. He's very capable. Obviously, he missed a couple of weeks, and he's got to hit the ground running. He's got to get himself going again with regards to the game plan and the urgency and the discipline that he had caught himself up to before he had the COVID stuff. So he'll come back. Got a lot of faith in him. He's a great young man. He's got the right attitude. He'll be fine.
How much did not having Elijah Moore and Corey Davis hurt the offense today?
I don't know if it hurt. I would love to give you a better answer if I felt like we were playing clean ball. You know, with regards to just making the routine play, like you guys mentioned. If we're making routine plays and you see them doing something schematically that's hurting you, then absolutely, I could give you a better comment on it. But we feel like we could have been a lot better today, with or without them. So.
Robert, how come you struggled so much against the run today?
You know, aside from that last run, I think they're averaging like 3.7, 3.8 a carry, something like that. It was under 4 a carry. I felt like the run game was fine. They just kept going to it. So I mean, they're at 43 carries for 160 yards. If you need 43 carries, I feel like you're doing something right. Just defensively, credit to them, just being patient. But you know, the last run of 44 yards. Obviously, it kind of makes the stat look a lot worse. But up to that point, I felt like the efficiency of our run defense was pretty good.
It looked like on that run, Robert, guys weren't interested in tackling Hill. Did you see that?
No. The well-designed play on their part to use 41 as a decoy. You know, we ran underneath. We got cut out at one spot, and we ran underneath another block. But guys want to get the ball carrier down.
It seemed like the receivers that were in for Elijah and Corey seemed like they struggled getting open today. What was causing some of those issues?
Their defense. They're one of the better defenses in football. Their secondary is really good. Lattimore's one of the best in ball. They got Gardner back. He's pretty freaking good. So it's it was a great. We knew it was a great challenge going in, and it was obviously you saw they're a well-respected veteran group. So.
What happened before with Ronnie and Austin being active and not being able to play?
Non-COVID illness. Woke up this morning just not feeling good. We tried to get Austin going. Obviously, we had Timmy Ward that could step in, ran out of backs. We're trying to get Austin up, but he barely stand.
The importance of the development part of this season. After defeats like this, how hard is it for you to kind of keep these guys positive and have a good a good month ahead?
We're going to have a good month and a half. Like I said, this league, it's not going to feel sorry for you. You're putting tape on, and so all these guys understand that aspect of it. Not every coach understands that as coaches, your product is on the field. As a player, your product is on the field. So you're still expected to go out and perform. There's people who pay money to come watch you perform. So getting these guys up to play has never been an issue. And the whole idea that players shut down or they're not willing to attack, I don't believe in any of that stuff. These guys there's a lot of pride in an NFL locker room, so they'll get ready to play.
I think the expectation was that it's such a young team, they're going to struggle the first half of the year, but there'll probably be signs of progress the second half of the year. I mean, from an outsider's view, there doesn't seem to be like tangible progress, as wins and losses I'm referring to. Can you speak to that and just, the apparent lack of progress?
I'm not getting you on that one, Rich, because you're looking at a bunch of guys who are getting first-time opportunities. There's a lot of. I'm good on that one.
When you took over as this team's head coach, I mean, you knew it was going to be a challenge. I mean, you saw the state of the roster. You saw the state of the roster from past regimes and some of the problems you guys had. But has this proven to be even more of a challenge than you anticipated?
No. We've got a great group of young guys. I do look at all the first, second-year players and all these young kids, even in this second half of the year, that are getting unexpected opportunities. They're getting ops. They're getting better, whether it's tangible or not. I could see it. I watch the tape, and you would love for, just like from a defensive standpoint, we've been getting some continuity. I felt like, with the exception of that last run, we were playing some good ball today on defense. But like offensively, we had a rash of injuries, so a lot of new opportunities. So yeah, you're not going to get the tangible get better that you're looking for when guys are getting their first opportunity on the football field. But I promise you they'll be better next week. And so it's always a challenge whenever you're going into a building where you've had what you've had over the last 10 years, and you've got a lot of guys trying to figure out how not to lose football games and how to win games. And so we have been getting better. It's just a matter of just sticking to our guns and sticking to the philosophy of what we're trying to get done, and trust that we got these 4 games coming up. We got a lot of things to look forward to. So.
With guys like Mims and Ty, they've obviously had some experience. So when they don't capitalize on their opportunities, like what's the takeaway from that? What's the lesson they can learn?
They've got 4 games, obviously, and it's still not going to define their career. Mimsy's a second-year player. Ty Johnson, he's done a lot of good things for us. He had a fantastic Cincinnati game, so it's not like we're kicking these guys out of the building. They get the opportunity to dress up tomorrow, go back to work, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, go down to Miami and suit up and get ready to play a football game. So they're going to get more opportunities here in the next 4 weeks, and it's just a matter of just keeping the main thing, find ways to get better, make plays when you get your opportunity.
Robert, you guys are officially eliminated from the playoff contention now. I know you've only been here for a year, but this is 11 years for the franchise, 10 wins, 10 losses rather, for the 5th time in 6 years. What do you say to the fan base right now, who's just kind of frustrated at watching games like today?
No, it's the same thing I've been saying. It's does it suck right now? Sure, I feel you. Nobody in this locker room wants to lose football games, but at the same time, I've said it before, the path is crystal clear on where this organization needs to go and the things that we need to address as coaches, players, all the way top down. It's very, very clear, and we got to utilize these 4 weeks to cement what we think that we need to do, and then from there we just got to attack everything. So it's going to flip. It's going to flip, and this is part of this crappy part is part of the process. But at the same time, it's not discouraging in any sense of the imagination, because there's a lot of young guys getting a lot of good playing time, and I promise you they're learning from all of this.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.